What is up, guys? It is the Bluebloods, and you know what school that we continually have on the show, headed back to Jacksonville State, and we have one of the best wide receivers in the FCS on the show today. Our guy PJ Wells, an A-Sun All-American as a redshirt freshman for the Gamecocks, along with being a top three leading wide receiver in the A-Sun with over 500 receiving yards this year. Had a breakout season for the Gamecocks. PJ, man, I appreciate you coming on the show.
I appreciate it for letting me, man.
Absolutely. Well, man, you came out of Westbrook Christian High School, out of high school, man. You were an all-district player, and just kind of walk me through your recruitment. Who was on you first? Who was recruiting you the hardest? And just kind of talk about your recruiting experience as a whole.
Okay. So I actually, coming out of high school, I had zero offers. Um, yeah. So, I mean, I got a preferred walk-on at JSU. I had a couple of other colleges, but they were like D2, and I had a lot of interest from like places like Mississippi Valley. Um, yeah, that's probably the only other interested D1 school that I got, and yeah. So,
Yeah, and so why did you ultimately? What made Jacksonville State your preferred walk-on spot over some of the other schools that may have been offering you?
I knew the history of JSU. I knew they had a history of winning, a tradition of just being dominant on the field, and I kind of want to be a part of that because they always playing for championships, and I really liked the staff. I really liked coming in. I had Coach Gross coaching. I really liked him the way that he pushed us to be better men, better in the classroom, just better overall. So it was just more than football for me. That's why I chose JSU.
I like it, man. And listen, this season was a crazy one. I mean, especially for the FCS coming off of spring season, a very quick turnaround for all you guys. But we got to talk about what game this year you guys got put on the map. I mean, every ESPN highlight for like 3 weeks was you guys. And I mean, you might not have caught the pass, but you were the first guy there for the celebration, man. Walk me through the Florida State game, that play, and how much did this win? Like, how much did it mean to the program and you guys as a team?
Mm. So, I mean, we knew it was a big game. We knew coming in it was going to be the underdogs. We get there and the atmosphere is just crazy. Unlike anything I've ever seen because I'm from 2A football. So we get there. There's just smoke everywhere. It was just a great atmosphere, great experience. End of the game, we're driving. It's like I think it was close to like it was the last play actually. Yeah, the last play, the walk-off touchdown. So I ran my route. Coop looked at me. I wasn't open. And all of a sudden, I just see the ball soaring through the air. I was like, ain't no way. And then all of a sudden, I see my boy, DJ Philway. He catches the ball. Ahmad jumps in front of the cornerback, tries to tackle him. And then DJ just runs to the end zone. Oh, my goodness. It was all types of emotions coming through me. So, yeah, that was crazy. That was wild.
I knew you guys thought you could win. We had Nicario on here before the season, and he told me, he said, we're getting UAB or Florida State. He said one of those teams is getting beat, and it ended up being Florida State on that crazy last play, man. But, other than that, you guys had a brutal schedule. Let's just be honest. UAB, Florida State, Sam Houston, Central Arkansas. I mean, you guys had played everybody who was good, including like UT Martin. So for you, what were your final takeaways on the 2021 season?
Um, Me personally, I didn't play a single snap before UAB game. So coming in, knowing that I have a chance, I just have just a lot to prove. It didn't matter who lined up against me. I want to win regardless of whoever's standing on the other side of the line of scrimmage. So I would just take. You just never know when it's your chance, and when it's your chance, take full advantage.
Yeah, and I mean, so for you, man, you mentioned this was your first season taking snaps, and you're talking about a preferred walk-on who just made the first team All-American list for the A-Sun. One, what grade would you give yourself this year? And two, did it feel just reassuring to know that all those schools that overlooked me probably wish they had me now?
Oh yeah, I definitely came in with a chip on my shoulder, just like guys who passed up on me, and I just wanted to give my all to Coach Gross because he's the one who took the chance on me. Um, so yeah, I would say that this year was just I would just say, just you never know. Just all your hard work will pay off as long as you just put the time in and the work in. So,
Yeah, and I mean, I always like to ask players about this because I don't think anyone always looks at it from the player's perspective. How tough was the coaching change this season for you and the team?
at first it was hard. It was hard knowing that a guy we love wasn't going to be there for the last two games, and a guy that we respected. But Coach Thurman came in, and we actually got closer. And we I feel like we played a whole lot harder. We played a whole lot smarter, just because like we was playing for the guys in that locker room. Because there was just like a lot of negative talk through the media, just a lot of guys bashing us and our name. So at the end of the day, it's just the guys who you play next to. You just play for the guy next to you.
Yeah, and so you guys have a new coach now, head coach Rich Rodriguez. He's a story coach, man. Has won at multiple levels. For you, what was your initial reaction when you heard who was going to be your next head coach? And as he's gotten in the building, how do you feel about it now?
Um, I feel like Coach Rodriguez. I feel like he's a good coach. That's a great coach. You already know Alabama football is so big, and so when somebody told me that he was almost the coach before Nick Saban, I was like, wow, like a coach of that caliber at JSU. Not knocking JSU, it's just all right. That's just a big name coach. So I'm excited. And then I heard that he at Ole Miss he was there when DK Metcalf was there. So I look up to DK. So I'm excited to see what he's gonna help us do for the coming years.
Absolutely, man. And I mean, one of the big things is he has experience at the FBS level, which you guys are moving to the FBS very soon. For you as a player on the team, what are your thoughts on this program moving up to the FBS level? And what are you looking forward to most as you guys move up?
Um, I would say I'm excited about the level of competition. It's gonna go up. It's gonna take we got to take what we do to the next level every day. We have to come in and work hard, and just play our game, do what we can do. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and so, you redshirt your first season, and then you had the spring season, which was just absolutely crazy for the FCS. And this was your first year of really getting on the field and contributing. How has your game evolved from when you stepped on campus as a redshirt to now being a first team All American?
Um, I would say I would say I understand the speed of the game now. I understand what it takes now since I played my first season. I know what I need to work on. I know just the guys who I played against this year. I know all like what works and what doesn't, so I can just really um, evolve my game.
Yeah, I like it, man. And so, if you had to evaluate yourself as a player right now, PJ, what do you think your biggest, like, one or two top strengths are as a wide receiver?
I would say I'm a pretty smart player. I understand. Sometimes I understand the coverages. I understand what leverage he's playing. Another strength I would say is I think I have pretty good hands, and I'm just long, so my catch radius is pretty wild.
Yeah, and so, when you watch film during the week for a game, man, what are the biggest things you're looking for in your matchup? Do you like, I know you watch the corners, I know you look at the coverages and things like that, but kind of walk me through how you evaluate a defense as you enter game week.
Mhm. Personally, I look and see if the guy really loves football. Is he gonna come down and make the big hit? Is he gonna put hands on me? Is he gonna be physical throughout the game? And I like looking at like the fourth quarter plays when everybody's tired. Is he gonna get the extra mile? Is he gonna come out there and just play be a dog? And that really helps me.
Oh, man, I like that's the first ever time I've heard someone say that. So I really like that answer. You want to see like, am I going to beat you in the fourth quarter when it matters? That's the best answer, man. I think I've heard of that question since we've had the show. But to get you, yeah, you already mentioned Metcalf, but to get to know you a bit better, what NFL wide receivers do you think you model your game after the most?
Um, I would probably say Keenan Allen. He's just all around great player, and I feel like he's highly underrated. Um, he's got great quickness. He don't look like the fastest, but his feet are really good. He has good, strong hands, and that's somebody who like really just inspires me to just be the player that nobody thinks you can be.
I like it. So I know some players are very superstitious. I've had players say they can't listen to anything outside of one song. They got to wear a certain thing. They have to do certain things in order. For you, walk me through your pregame routine on game days.
So I actually I started off by listening to some gospel music, like some slow gospel music, to try to get my anxiety down. Because everybody deals with anxiety sometimes, whether you want to
Oh
say it or
yeah.
not. So I do that, and I don't know, I can't listen to nothing that's just like too fast paced. Um, so I'll play like some slower songs to just get slow my mind down, think about the game. And I do that, and I go out to the field and I walk around and just picture the game before it actually happens.
Oh man, I like that. I was like the same way when I was playing. I couldn't. I mean, if you played like the hard rock or like the crazy loud music, I would just get way too hyped and I would be too amped to like actually play, man. So I feel that, but as an O lineman, I guess I could be a little bit more hyped than you because you got to at least
Uh,
focus on running your routes and things like that. But when you're looking at a cornerback, man, and you're out in the open space or you're lined up ready to take the snap, what's the number one mistake a cornerback can make against you?
um, Probably looking back for the ball, because if you do that, the ball's probably already in my hands. Um, yeah. And another mistake that a lot of corners do is I switch up my releases throughout the season. So sometimes I'll give them like a little head fake inside. Other times I'll just jump. I just jump start, which means I just jump up and just go where I need to go. So a lot of cornerbacks do that.
Oh man, I like it. So this one, I love asking wide receivers this because every DB I've had on here says they're the biggest trash talker to ever exist, and that they're
I know you
always
had
in
the
the wide
card.
receiver's ear. How much trash talk do you talk during the game, or are you just like, I'll focus on the next play and I'll get you next time?
No, I'm actually kind of cool on the field. Like, if a dude tries to talk trash, I'm like, man, come on, man, I'm just out here playing, and then or I say a joke or something like that. Like, it's just business. I can't take nothing personal. That's whenever they get you. You take it personal. They don't ever see the first guy; they see the second guy.
That's true. Okay, so I got to ask because we've had multiple Jacksonville State DBs on here, and they all said they talk a lot of trash. How much trash do they talk in practice to you guys? How competitive is practice between you guys and the DBs?
No, it's ridiculous, especially Nicario. No, Nicario is the nicest. He's the nicest guy off the field. But as soon as we go on the field, it's just extreme. It's life or death. Like, oh yeah, me and him has had some few words before, but I love that guy to death.
He's the reason I asked that question to the wide receivers because when he came on here, he said no one could talk trash better than me. He was like, I am in their ear from the time the ball snaps till the time the game's over. But for you, man, it not at Jacksonville State, but in a game, who's the best cornerback that you've ever had to go one-on-one against?
Mm, oof. Probably Jack. I'm not even kidding. Probably Jocko is Peyton, because whenever like my first 2 years, that's when he was here. Sometimes I go. I think I've caught maybe like two balls from him, and I went up against him probably about 25 times. Like that dude is just strapped, like seatbelt. That dude's unreal.
Man, yeah, we had him on here over at Alabama State now, and I mean he led the SWAC and pass breakups, everything. I mean that dude, like you said, is built different. But on the current roster, this is gonna be a tough one. Which Jacksonville State DB right now is the toughest matchup for you in practice?
Well, that's tough. That's tough. All our cornerbacks are just ooh. That's tough. We got some good cornerbacks. I'll probably say Marco Baker or Malik Feaster.
Oh man,
Malik.
you guys are almost like the DBU of like FCS. I mean, when you look back at even the guys like Jaquez and I believe it's Joyner at Western Illinois now coming from Jacksonville State too. I mean, he finished sixth in the Buck Buchanan Award list. I mean, you guys had some real dogs in the back end of that defense over the past few years.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
So, man, listen, you made the All-American list. You were one of the breakout players on Jacksonville State's team. You still have some years left on you, man. But how do you keep that motivation at the level that it needs to be the best wide receiver you can be?
Um, Honestly, I just think about just the people who just didn't believe in me, people who didn't give me a chance, and I think about maybe one day I do get a chance to go to the NFL. I think about that, and whenever I work hard, I just love, I really love like the preparation of the game. That's probably my favorite part of the actual game that we play, and I would say probably my family is a big motivation.
PJ, man, I can't thank you enough. I mentioned before we started recording how grateful I was you coming on the show, man. But listen, I know you'll be in college for a few years now. NIL is a big thing, man. So go ahead and let them know where they can find you on social media. We're going to blow this up. More opportunities for you down the line. And you can also give any and all shout outs that you want to give, man. This time is yours.
Okay, so my Instagram, you can find it at lowercase PJ Wells dot 13. My Twitter is the lowercase PJ Wells dot 5. So you can just look me up in any of those social media platforms. My DM is always open, and yeah, I'll be getting back to you.
Absolutely, man. Guys, like I always say on these interviews, man, it's all about supporting the players. The bigger we can get social media and their brand built, the more NIL opportunities and opportunities even after they graduate they can get. So it's always support the players on this platform at least. But PJ, man, good luck on next season, man. I hope y'all have a great all season. And I will be reaching out after next year. I'm expecting another All-American
Oh
award,
yeah,
man. I already can see it happening, man. And good luck on your next season.
appreciate it, fam.
Absolutely. But guys, for PJ, myself, and the Blue Bloods, we are out for right now.